Hello, everybody, and welcome to the CX Live Dialogues. I'm delighted to have with us today Sonal Dawda, a prominent figure in the corporate world as the head of marketing and corporate communications at Dubai National Insurance. She has been recognized as the Middle East woman leader, actively mentoring women across various domains and collaborating with women-focused entrepreneurial organizations. Sonal is recognized for excellence to effectively interact with customers, develop a level of trust with industry professionals, resulting in appreciation and recommendation from customers and business partners. Welcome, Sonal. It's a pleasure to have you with us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you and the team as well.
Likewise. Now, Sonal, we're in the midst of a rapid technological advancement. How does your organization ensure its customer experience strategies are flexible enough to adapt to new innovations and customer expectations?
Thank you for the question. Actually, it's very important to learn continuously. So what we do at our end is, like the relevant departments, whether it's marketing, sales, or the respective product department, we are part of a lot of workshops and trainings. So we ensure as marketing that we get the relevant information on different trainings, related to customer experiences, related to MarTech and SureTech. And we are abreast with all the latest technologies, the latest market trends, technology trends. And then we shortlist the technology companies at these, places, at these forums, where we actually, which fits our business objective. So we call them for a meeting, and we have a meeting with our technical departments, with the IT, with the operations, with the marketing and the relevant departments. So apart from, continuous learning, there comes in the cross-departmental collaboration, which is also very important to have flexible customer, these technological advancements for seamless customer experiences. So after the cross-departmental, we have like people from relevant departments. We understand that the business objective, everybody's in alignment with that. The technology company, understands the objective, follows the similar values, is flexible, and that's how we start working with them. And then we ensure that, testing is done prior to launching it, for the partners or for the customers, which is very essential. So a test is done on like 2-3, customers or 2-3 partners. And once it's after the feedback, that is the third thing, which is very important. Feedback from the customers, you improve based on what is lacking there to ensure, most important in insurance industries, that like the turnaround time, to ensure that you're getting the business objective met, the turnaround time met, for the journey is seamless. And from there, we take on, we launch this the new technology, and we keep getting continuous customer feedback on the same. Apart from this, we also ensure that as marketing, the personalization is very important, for the customers. So we're not addressing the customers as a mass. We are addressing them on a one-on-one basis. We understand their needs. So continuous understanding of the customers is very important while you and your technology that you adapt or you get into should be agile, should be flexible, should be adaptable to change. So that's another thing which is very important. So I think the most essential thing to ensure this is cross-departmental collaboration, your continuous feedback, continuous learning, continuous monitoring, and ensuring customer satisfaction in the end.
Sounds like a very thorough and practical hands-on approach that you take, Sonal. Now, moving on from that, obviously, is how you leverage the technology then to ensure that you're engaging better with your customers and obviously going and achieving a very successful customer retention rate. Customer retention is becoming quite critical in today's market. What strategies in particular is your organization implementing to build that emotional connection with the customer and sustain the long-term loyalty in this highly competitive landscape?
I think the most important thing is fostering a customer-centric culture within the organization. That's exactly when you can get the emotional, needs met of the customer. So it cannot be transactional. It has to be more an emotional appeal. You can achieve through your online, offline process, the transaction, but what during the journey? What at all the touch points? What about after sales? That's why you actually need to train all the front end of your employees, not even front end, I believe even the back end, because if the head of departments, if every person in the organization has the customer centric culture, it'll pass on to all the new joiners, it'll pass on all to their team. So I think that's very important. For this purpose, what we did, and we started this year, is a strategy workshop for the leadership team, where we actually took them through all the values, because everybody just keeps working on like a very monotonous routine basis in the organization. But what are they working for? It's very important. And to keep customers happy, the employees need to be happy. The employees need to understand what are you working for. So apart from the value of each employee, we thought it is very important that they need to deliver, be as a manager, and deliver to the customers. So we called we got this done at Fairmont Ajman. We called for a meeting with the leadership team. You're like 40 of us in the leadership team, and then you have another 150 staff. So we said we won't end it here. Once we had a day workshop where we actually took them through the entire values. Our main focus being customer service excellence. And we based it on AEIOU, like we give a vowel to it. We give like a tagline to it so that everybody understands, like E is adaptability, E is empathy, so everything had a meaning to it. So, and it's easy for everybody to remember, top of mind. So that's what we did. And we said, when we come back, all the managers who were there at the workshop need to pass it on to their team, need to discuss these values with the team, see where they stand, how they contribute to the strategy, and come back and discuss it with the leadership team department-wise. So this is a weekend-on-weekend schedule that we have. So that is the most important thing, to ensure that this is passed on, so that they can help the way they talk to the customers, the way they communicate. It helps retain the customers. That goes on an emotional side. Then when it comes to the company point of view, we do a lot of CSR, community engagement activities, whether it's for the autistic children, whether it's for the elderly homes, whether it's for the Emerald Society, whether it's distributing to drivers on the road for iftar meals. So we've been doing that. This time we went to the labor camps and beach cleanup. So a lot of community engagement activities where customers, we announce that on our social media pages, we engage with the customers. We have employees as volunteers. So people understand that this company is socially responsible, is sustainable, so they want to be associated, they trust the company more. So I think it's more than just speaking. I think actions are very important for either the company or the employee to show. So these are the two major areas where we're focusing on to ensure that, we have the customers retained with us as an emotional thing. And obviously the regular personalization, sending them cards on their birthdays, a handwritten note, calling them, and sending WhatsApp messages. Or we initially launched WhatsApp for Business. So as we speak further, we will discuss that. So I think all these small things, and hyper personalization really matters for the customer to get into, appeal to them emotionally.
Sounds really wonderful. Now, beyond the emotional connect is the challenges that organizations today are facing. You just mentioned WhatsApp, but then there are a variety of other channels that have now come in under the digital experience domain. How have you addressed issues related to the disjointed or chaotic customer journeys that can sometimes, transpire because of this?
Okay, that's a very interesting question. And I have been sharing this with everybody, whichever forum I get to address this at, because it's very important to share, what this with an example, like what you actually have been doing, what you've experienced. So there's a use case that I need to talk about. So about the recent floods that happened last year, right? So everything was chaotic. That was the best example I could give you, though, it was a nightmare. So we started getting a lot of calls, because we have limited number of people in the customer service center. We have limited number of people, who attend to the calls through the IVR in the call center. How suddenly the calls were I'm not exaggerating, 1,000 calls per day. How do you deal with that? Customers are complaining, complaints increased leaps and bounds. What do you do? We called for an urgent committee meeting. This committee was never there. We formed a crisis committee where we had, again, cross-departmental collaboration. We called people from people who confront, who do not confront, from sales, from marketing representative, from each department, like the head, the finance also, because anything we want to action, we need, money as investment for backup. So, and they need to understand. So instead of wasting time by, just going one by one, we said we called for an urgent committee meeting, and from the operations IT who implement. So everybody was involved. and the leadership team. So we said, what do we do? How do we cater to this? That's where we came in for WhatsApp for Business. We came up with a dashboard called FNOL, First Notification of Loss. So the moment anybody has any claim for motor during the flood, they immediately send us a WhatsApp, and we started promoting this WhatsApp number, which was we took the same number as our toll-free number, so that everybody could reach out to us, and we have instant automatic replies for the basic question and answers. And then we have somebody cater to it immediately, because it's faster to reply on WhatsApp than take every call, right? So we had dedicated people for this channel. And like you said, this could not be the only channel. So we created a happiness center team. This happiness center was to cater to customers. We immediately employed, it did not take time, because also of the Emiratization going on, we were already in the process of employing some Emiratis. So we had a happiness service center created immediately. So because of this, things started moving faster. I will not say it immediately changed. Obviously, it's a process. It takes time, has to be tried and tested, improved over a period of time. But the complaints over a period of time started reducing, and everybody, because of this customer-centric culture, everybody got involved. So the calls did not go only to them. Anybody in the organization, even from a technical department, would speak with empathy, would speak, because we've also gone through it during the floods. I had a total loss of my car. So it was like crazy. So we could really relate to it. So we all spoke to the customers. If we were at the back end or front end, so we came up with these channels, and we actually catered to this with a lot of, a lot of thinking behind it. When everybody supported it, it's very important for the top management leadership to support your cause support. So we had to explain them the business objective. It was a crisis situation, and action needed to be taken. That's why they were involved from the beginning. So if every person from every department is involved from the beginning, that also makes a lot of difference, because they feel a sense of involvement, they feel a part of the project, they empower their employees. So this is how we cater to this whole situation. So, and we ensured that there's the journey is seamless throughout, right from the time the WhatsApp message came and till the time we, ensured that the customer is informed that the car is repaired or he's got his cash back for the total loss. Either ways. And it was also important to inform them the rules, because some of the people we couldn't return the money to, because if they were driving in the rain, there was a law by the insurance regulations. They were driving in the rain, it's not covered. So people were just like, curious, what is this? Because at the end of the day, I have insurance, I should be covered. So we had to literally, so apart from just talking on a personal basis, it was very important to side by side have consistent messaging going on all channels like websites, social media, everywhere, telling people that these are the regulations during your floods to cover your insurance. So this is how we cater to this situation. So it's very important to work as a team and take action, very important.
Thanks for sharing, Sonal. That's a very insightful case study. Now, finally, again, when we're working across these multiple platforms now, especially the digital-first strategies that are being embraced, what specific technologies or platforms have proven most effective for you?
Thank you so much. Not this, I go back to COVID days. Okay, so that's when the online and digital strategies came in existence, especially for an insurance industry. Insurance industry has always been like the last, to start working and to evolving technologically. So how it has to be like a crisis situation or something, that a natural calamity that happens for the insurance, companies to wake up. So that's exactly what happened during COVID. Work from home started, that people started investing and improving in all the, the internal and external platform. So customers, we had a lot of focus on walk-in customers, very conventional, right? People come into the branch or to this, and they want to issue their policy. And so aggregators, these mediators came into existence at that time. We did tie up with them to be listed with them. But then, that's like we're partnering with them. But what about we improving and we evolving for the long term? So we decided, why don't we on our website come up with these B2B business platforms? So 80% or 90%, in fact, of our business is through brokers, that's for the insurance companies, yeah, and rest the direct. So for the brokers, which are partners and very esteemed ones, we wanted to give them some advantage in terms of, immediate issuance of policy, because now the customers had a lot of options. On the aggregator sites, they have like 15 insurance companies. Anybody who issues the policy fast, they will go ahead with it, because it's a very price-sensitive market. The moment 65 companies with the lowest price, the next thing is service. They will go with the most, the fastest and the effective. The moment they make their payment, they want the insurance policy. Like insurance is intangible, right? So you really need to, so they have to see that the moment they've paid, they've actually got the service. So that's exactly why we said we called some digital partners. We investigated. Again, we did the same thing. We evaluated, the company and through for their values, for the experience and everything. And we tied up with them to launch certain platforms after testing, which would be like, online portals where you can issue the policy immediately, like within 5 minutes. So time was of the essence at that time. So that's why online platforms became very popular then. But obviously, we kept improving over a period of time. When we started with a motor policy quotation on our website and policy issuance, we had a 5-page form. Okay, because we have a lot of regulations and compliance and legal involved for everything. Okay, so they wanted to know every detail of the customer. We are like, it's not important for a quotation, it's important. So why would a customer fill your like 20 fields to actually get a quotation? So get the basic details, get your quotation, and then, for your insurance policy issuance, you can get your details. So that's how we improved our period of time. Now we actually, if you go to our site, we just have a 1-page form. The customers immediately answer the questions, and in 2 minutes, from 5, we've come down to 2 minutes now after like 3 years, and they can immediately issue the policy. So then we expanded it to other products like travel and home and medical. So because now medical insurance, everybody needs to understand a lot of things like the coverage, the benefit. But even if they come online, and we will know in real time, and we will go back. The customer center will go back and call the customers and explain it to them. So an online and offline. Still, in insurance, I feel it's unless the products like motor or travel or home, which are like small. I mean, everybody understands. Something like medical insurance needs a lot of offline help as well. Apart from online, but at least you get the quotes immediately. So that's how I feel that these are some of the strategies which actually came up for us. But that was only after the COVID struck, and we realized that we need customers, and people stopped coming. 100% lockdown, nobody's allowed to come to you. So we started reaching out to the customers. So that's always the customer is the king. So we have to do that anyways. But thankfully, the management realized after COVID struck. So that's how it is.
Wonderful. Thank you, Sonal. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you today. And we obviously look forward to meeting you at the Customer Experience Live Show in Dubai next month. Until then, stay safe.
Same here. Thank you so much, Paul. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Bye.
Take care.